Before I start, I hope this video doesn't sound awful because I'm recording this on my phone. Usually I have my whole setup, but I didn't bring that. I'm still in Japan. I just got back. I was here 2 weeks ago and I just flew back in a couple days ago so I could be at Jump Festa, which is an event that goes on every single December, and they basically announce all the big anime IP news. It's basically like the Comic-Con of anime, essentially. Anytime they have any big announcements, they announce it here. No Dragon Ball this year, obviously, because they're doing a big Dragon Ball event next month where they go announce everything. Xenoverse. Those are our predictions. We're going to get Super back, we're going to get Xenoverse 3, and we're going to get a movie. I know, bold prediction. You know what? Comments to this video, I want you to predict what you think they're going to announce next month. Let the copium begin. Hey man, if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I got nothing else to lose. So we'll see that. We'll talk about that event and cover it next month when we get to that point. But Jump Festa was dope, man. Outside of being, bro, they fried my shit. First of all, I was here for Dragon Ball, so I went in a Hunter x Hunter shirt, crew neck, and the second I walk in, he looks at me and goes, "Are you serious? You're here for Dragon Ball, you dipshit." Look, in my defense, it's an anime event. People love Hunter x Hunter. I love Hunter x Hunter. It only made sense. But in hindsight, I'm there for Dragon Ball. But it's okay because I had my Dragon Ball socks today. Then it didn't end there. So we have to play Genshin Squadra once we got there. And so the way they wanted us to do it is play Broly, the new character. And then we have to do like a game against the devs and then a game against the Japanese content creators. Got my ass beat on both of those, by the way. But what found me is they sit me down like, yeah, just pick Broly and play against CPUs, learn the character, and then, you know, play against the team. My dumbass sat down, and the first thing I see, because the game is in Japanese, and I have never really played Genshin, so I click on something, and then all I saw was Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Cooler, and I'm like, oh, I guess my game doesn't have Broly, so I picked Vegeta. So dude comes up and he goes, "You're a fucking idiot." I told you to play Broly. I'm like, Toshi, man, it's my first time. Go easy on me. Bro, it was just non-stop frying my shit. This tweet that I made and then what Lotus said afterwards, yeah, no, that's exactly how life would treat me if I lived in Bikini Bottom. The entire weekend felt like I was in just Bikini Bottom getting attacked by the aggressive fish. Nevertheless, I will admit, I played Genshin, and I will not lie, I had a good time. Whether or not I make videos on it, I don't really know yet. If there's enough comments and likes in this video, I might. Not really sure. I don't know how exciting it is to watch Genshin videos. But I'm not gonna lie to you, when I get home, I might have to hop on some games with Afro and Dotto, who've been trying to get me to play for the longest. I had fun, and honestly, I have it on my phone, but I'm not gonna play on my phone. Anyways, outside that, Jump Festa was hype. Today, we got a chance to go see Toyotaro, which is insane. You know, he's only the author of Dragon Ball Super, it's manga. And it's funny because before the event happened, we kept theorizing, yo, what if he draws Goku? And then what if he like shoots it out like one of those like t-shirt guns? What if, you know, Dada was like creating a scenario in his head of what was going to happen. And then after they presented the figure, so basically he drew this drawing right here of Beast Gohan and UI Goku, and then it turned to a figure. So the first half of the event was them explaining how that was created and how this figure came to fruition. But then they said, all right, can you draw Goku? And the way both me and Dada, like, our faces lit up like, oh my God, it's actually happening. What if we get that drawing? I need that drawing. And then he draws it, and I'm like, nah, they're probably just gonna give it to the Jump Festa staff and it'll be like a collectible for them. And then I heard him go presento, and I'm like, yo. And then they said, all kids stand up. The way I wanted to stand up, be like, yo, I'm 12. They had all the kids stand up that were in the little stage area and play rock, paper, scissors, and then whoever was left last won the drawing, which is insane. Because Donald had me crying because this man goes, now I understand why people steal baseballs and like home run baseballs and like baseball events and stuff like that. I get it. Anyway, shout out to that kid. I'm sure he's going to treasure that when he's older. And again, just being able to see Toyotaro and then also in person draw, that was hype. Also, one last little tidbit, just because I thought this was really cool. On the first day, as me and Goresh were leaving the event, right in front of the Bandai booth, we saw the producer of Fighters, Hiroki. We saw Hirano-san, who was also in charge of Xenoverse originally. He was like the producer of Xenoverse. But now he's like promoted, he's like big time, so he's like head of all Dragon Ball games. And then we also saw the producer of Spark and Zero just kind of chilling, just hanging out, talking. And I was like, Goresh, because Goresh is like fluent in Japanese. I'm like, Goresh, go tap his shoulder. Ask him to take a picture with us, because I don't think he remembers me. Because back in the day, I used to, also along with like Dion and them, we used to send so much feedback to the Japanese team for like how to make, you know, Xenoverse better and then future Dragon Ball games. There was also one time where we all like sat in a room together for like 6 hours, just doing feedback. This is like 6-7 years ago, like when Xenoverse 2 just came out. And I was like, he ain't gonna remember that. So neither of us, you know, both of us being introverts, neither one of us tapped his shoulder and we just walked away, and that's how the story ended. But then today, as we're heading out, we just watched, you know, the Totaro event, and we saw everything we wanted to see. As we're leaving, I see Hirono walking towards me. I'm like, I'm just gonna say something. So I go to wave my hand. I'm like, hey, and he goes, Rhymestyle, bro. You remember me, dog? You remember me? So I was kind of hyped. Took a picture, and then he whispered in my ear, don't worry, Xenoverse is coming. I got you, bro. I'm like, appreciate it. That part didn't actually happen, but let's pretend that it did. The other thing that was also super hype this weekend was Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god, it's talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Hey bro, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! What want me to do? I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally all weekend when I was just in bed waiting for the event, just because I love the game. Alright, let me explain what's going on. So, as you guys know, this is what a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card looks like. This is the new stamp cards that came out in Japan. And this is what the cards have looked like for the entirety of them existing. Meanwhile, other games, like for example, this is what cards look like in other TCGs. You have full art. This is the brand new Overlord set that came out at Police. Look how hype these arts are. They're gonna be kind of blurry because I'm on my phone. But essentially, you have stuff like this. Maybe I'll edit like a better picture over it as I'm speaking. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason never liked full arts. I don't know if it was a decision that they wanted to stick with a long time ago or what, but it's not a good thing to just not evolve like every other card game. And they finally decided to do it, so they unveiled these two cards, Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician. Now, when I noticed these yesterday originally, I know because they had like the effects blurred as a secret because they're gonna reveal it later that day. I noticed that they were effect cards. I'm like, these aren't just arts or alt arts. These are brand new cards. And not just that, both of these cards are broken. Dark Magician essentially says you show a spell in your hand and you get summoned it for free, which is insane. And then when you summon it, you can also blow up your opponent's entire back row. It's Harpy's Feather Duster on legs. Blue Eyes, this card says when this is added to your hand, or if it already is in your hand and the card gets destroyed, you get to summon it, and then at any point you get to just blow up your opponent's monsters. It's a Raigeki on legs. Both of these cards are insane, and the fact that we are now in an era where we have anime cards which are this good is crazy. I think the biggest challenge with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there's no anime. You know, when we saw Kaiba, Yugi, and the gang all dueling back in the day when we were kids, we wanted to get those cards and then also duel as well. And once you take that out of the equation, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Just going to keep declining. And the anime hasn't been as good since like 5Ds, which came out like, what, 15 years ago? Which, as of this weekend, they didn't announce a new anime either. So, again, it's the one thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been missing. A new anime and full arts. Good news is, we got these full arts. Now, to explain the difference between both of these cards, I'm going to show up two on the screen. You're probably going to be like, they're the same card, Rhyme. It's the same picture. The card on the left, as you can see, this is a brand new serialized card. It's called a Grandmaster Rare. And on the OCG side in Japan, this is going to be 1 out of 100. Now, in case you don't know what a serialized card is, as it says, it's going to be limited out of 100 prints. Meaning there's not going to be 101, there's not going to be 200, there's not going to be 300. There's only 100 copies of this card that's going to exist. And then if you get that card graded, it becomes a PSA 10. Again, it's never going to pass more than 100 cards. These are going to be insane. By the way, I don't recommend you guys ever chase serialized cards because they're incredibly hard to pull, as you can see. It's only 100 copies and you put in random amongst the boxes. So yeah, the difference between the card on the left and the one on the right is they still have like the alt art, full art versions of the card, but the Grandmaster Rare has like a hieroglyphic border. It's a lot shinier. I saw it in person and the card just glistens. And then the bottom you'll see that it has a number out of 100. If you happen to pull that, congratulations, you probably just pulled a $20,000 card. Depending on what card it is, you know, starting with Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards of all time, these are going to be easily 20, probably 30 grand just out of the pack if you happen to pull it. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has needed on the card side, because it's not that fun to open cards anymore on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Side. But Pokemon's exciting, because you pull a full art Pokemon card, the brand new Charizard that was just released, you pull the new Dragonite that's coming out next month, like those cards are hyped to pull. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always just kind of like lacked in the last decade, really. There's just nothing really as fun to open anymore. And this hopefully is going to add that change. Now, as far as an English side, we don't know how these serialized cards are going to work yet, because the TCG side of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot bigger. It's not just Japan, it's not just US, it's not just Europe. So I don't know if they're gonna like limit maybe 100 copies per region, like maybe 100 copies goes to Europe, 100 copies goes to US, 100 goes to South America. Maybe they do 500 total or 1,000 total. Once we get news, we'll talk about that then. But either way, these are going to be really hard to pull. As far as the regular full arts, these are going to be normally available. A lot easier to pull if you just want the art. And honestly, some of these cards look incredible. And they did announce the most recent batch of cards, or the newest batch of cards that are going to be coming in Rarity Collection 5 in April, which consists of these 10. They didn't say how hard they are going to be to pull, but Rarity Collection always is a bit easier to pull compared to like the normal set. Like the hardest cards I've ever been to pull in Yu-Gi-Oh! Have consisted of these two cards. This is 10,000 Dragon and then Dragon Master Magia. And then these cards were like one out of several cases. You have to open a lot of boxes to potentially pull this card. And honestly, these are the only like collector chase worthy cards that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has released probably in like 10 plus years, if I can say, because they were only limited to this rarity, and there's no reprints. I mean, they have reprints of like Dragon Master Magia, for example, and other rarities, but really this is the rarity that you want. You want the Quarter Century Rare, which came out in the Battle Legends set. And honestly, even though they did announce a full art Dragon Master Magia, it's still probably not going to be considered max rarity like this one is. Because the thing is like, Magia was hard to pull. I had opened so many boxes to get that. And you know, you got people like Ruxin who opened 3,000 plus packs before he finally pulled it. Whereas something like the full art Magia, when it comes out in whatever set is next, it's probably going to be a lot easier to pull. But really what's going to be the big chase is going to be the serialized cards. So whenever we get news how they handle that, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is finally going to be back. But other than that, that's pretty much everything. I just kind of wanted to like get a video out there while I'm here. And also I just got the bug to record and talk and yap. So once I'm actually back home in a couple of days, I'm definitely going to be back in video mode. But for now, I just want to kind of get this video out there. And yeah, if anybody has any questions in regards to anything I've seen or anything that I discussed or you've just seen online, let me know. Because again, I did see a lot of stuff today and I'm still kind of processing everything. So until I sit down and lay down, I'm going to remember everything that happened all at once. Let me know down below. And again, if you like seeing content like this, these like normal talking videos, then leave a like as well. I might honestly, despite most of this video being about cards, I might still just upload it on my main channel. But the card channel, once we get some more cards to open, I'll do that. I mean, look, bro, I literally got back and the first thing I did is I opened up packs of the new stamp set. And honestly, these cards are sick too because they're dropping these next in Rarity Collection 5 as well. These are basically like little alt arts. They came out with the, I pulled these. These were like the line collab, basically like text emojis. The set offers basically a bunch of these like little alt arts. Here's like this one, basically Lady Labyrinth. Oh, then you know they have Dark Magician Girl as well. These are pretty hype. But yeah, once I actually get my hands on more packs, I'll make more content on that channel. Check out those blue eyes again. This shit is so cool. Again, these blue eyes always have the worst condition, and I found a really clean one. This is expensive. I paid $300 for this, and hopefully it's gonna be the first PSA 10 that exists when I send it out for grading. But yeah, okay, enough rambling. Let me know your thoughts, any questions you might have, like the video, and then next month we're definitely gonna cover the Dragon Ball event. I'm not going, so I'll be covering that from home. So I'll be able to make videos on the second as we get news. And before I get a chance to go, and I'm like, yep, going back to Japan in 3 weeks again. I'm not saying no to that, but I doubt it. We're gonna cover that from home. If you have any questions, let me know, and then like the video, and then all that good stuff. But other than that, I'm looking forward to get back home. Probably gonna go hit the arcade games one last time before I fly out, and then, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.